Hi everyone. I'm Suzanne. I'm the founder of the International HSP Center. And with me today is Marc Amerigo. He is the founder of UltraPerformance through Human Empowerment. And we are working together because Marc is, besides the project leader and much more, he's doing a project with Antoine Albeau. It's 3 years where they are reinventing the wheel in the windsurfing area, a field where they are not only creating wonderful results in the technical part at the highest level within this project, but also because they are connecting experts from all over the world. Now there are 80 in total in the group. Who are following this work, who are contributing, and I observe Marc because he's a highly sensitive man, and we're in that way we're doing this together to also provide you another perspective of the life of a highly sensitive man and what is possible. So, hi Marc.
Hello Suzanne. Hello everybody.
Great.
Thank you for being with me on this journey.
Yeah. So yesterday was an important day, I understood. Can you tell us just a bit about the activities of yesterday?
The activities of yesterday, on my side, I was on a French windsurfing championship with the young Pierre, who's 14 years old, and he was competing. So he did pretty well. Yesterday was a tough day for him, windy and a very short period of time to do the competition. So it's been good. He's finally 12. He finishes 12. But great for first competition like this at this level. It was a good experience for him. But in the meantime, in France, big things happened with the decision of this new lockdown for the whole country on one side, and in the meantime, can you hear the sound, Suzanne?
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm moving on, and in the meantime, we got a drama. People got stabbed in a church. So on my side, I'm very emotional because all these things are just like overwhelming. And in the meantime, I have to deal with it and move on and try to understand what's happening around me, because it's a really difficult time for our democracy, for France. So much tension, and people are not doing well, and I'm not doing well as well. So that's the point today on how to go over it and deal with this.
Yeah. What happened to your nervous system when you heard the news about the people in the church?
It's like I feel like our democracy has been allowing this level of violence stepping in the game within our country, on our soil. And I feel a little bit desperate about this because it's about violence, it's about not listening to each other, it's about political extremism. And it's not about religion, I would say. It's a whole thing, a whole story about our country. You know, it's all about here, it's all about liberty, fraternity, equality. And we've been pushing it so much that we've been allowing extremism to be part of the daily routine. And people have been hurt, and we've been hit several times with a teacher who's been killed in front of the college just because he's been talking about liberty of expression. And it's about our values, and it's not about religion again. So I feel like a big field of sadness. People are just lost. People are problems with which references, who to listen to. The social media, the media are pushing people crazy, by talking again and again about the same thing. So it creates fears, and people play with fear. It's now a real business, playing with fear. And we play with our emotions. These guys play with our neural system. And when you're very sensitive, it's like, oh, even more difficult to handle.
Yeah. So when you hear the news like this, do you make any adjustments in your day, in your processing such awful news? What do you do?
It's like you're hit by the situation. The virus doesn't allow people to go close to each other, even with your own family. So it's very difficult. And it's a daily behavior that is different now. You have to wear a mask all day. You cannot hug your family members. You cannot kiss. You cannot. You're not supposed to at all. So that's one thing. And then in the middle of this stuff, you got people talking violently. The violence of the political people of any party is incredible. When you listen to Trump and Biden, it's totally unreal. The same here, the same in most of the countries, and it looks like the countries like Germany are behaving in a different way. They're just doing things and they're just handling the situation. And it reminds me when Western and Eastern blocs came together. Everybody said, "Oh, that would take like 40 years to be again like a global country, powerful country." It just took 10 years. So I'm just like diverging a little bit, but about my daily way of doing this. My first reaction would be to just like hide, and I would say cry and just be desperate. So that's like my feeling of the last hours. I'm really desperate. I don't really feel good at all. And in the meantime, what's amazing is that my daily professional day isn't really impacted by all this. Not impacted by the lockdown, because I can travel. I still work online. It's like if you look at all the boxes, okay, I can do it. I can do it. So it's more the emotional side that is like invading my professional space. So in this case, I think what I'm doing now is just like using a piece of paper and writing down my priorities. I start by writing down every single thing that seems to be an action that makes sense for me. Like, do this, don't forget this. And then I make a choice, because it helps me in being active and just like being back again in the game, and not like pushed away just because of my emotions. It's okay. I deal with my emotions. It's okay. It's part of my daily, like anybody on the planet, actually. It's part of what I have to deal with and struggle sometime with. But in the meantime, it's about being positive through the action. Otherwise, you hide and you don't help people around you. You just lose your mission of life. You just lose the reason why you're here, because of outside events.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with the virus. I have nothing to do with the lockdown. I have nothing to do with this extremism and this terrorists. It's something that is not part of my life and my actions. My actions. It's about bringing people together collectively, pushing the limits of the technology, pushing the limits of the knowledge, and that's what I'm doing. And there are absolutely no reason to stop my journey.
Yeah. So it helps you to write things down, to journal, and to check the boxes, what you can do, what is possible. But what happens when you feel really, really overwhelmed, when you when you're in that state of you just want to retreat and you want to cocoon and cry? What happens in your body? Where do you feel that?
You feel like desperate. You feel like there is no future because the society is in such a situation, such condition over the years, over the decades. You know, you can say that we have the result today of decisions made in the 80s, in the early 80s. You know, that was about socialism pushing the right for everybody to be free and do whatever they want, and that was, I would say, nice, you know. But democracy is not a lack of, I would say, strength. You know, it's not because you're in a democracy that anybody can do anything, and we're being, I would say, too much this way, and so deeply, I feel like the society is far away from being able to change. So that's my first feeling, is like I'm desperate. I feel like, well, I don't know, I can't really help this. You know, it's like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but in the meantime, um, it's all about being not losing confidence in the future and human beings. Because when you cross the red line, it's like at some point you accept things, and at some point your whole body and your whole mind and all your cells can't accept it. Like just what happened for the last 2 weeks with this teacher, with these people in the church, these people in the street, and I would say it's even worse than what happened at Charlie Hebdo, you know, and and the people in Paris and the people in the Bataclan. That was like awful, like hundreds of people being killed. But here, it's even like that's one. You can't go over. Like the cup is full. You can't accept this, even if it's just one person. It's like, okay, no, we cannot accept our society to be able to produce these results. It's like it's a consequence of many things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not political. It's not religious. It's just like a consequence of people living together and creating a new ecosystem, a new environment. You know, and we can influence our environment when we are in chaos. We have, as human beings, the potential. So, you know, it's what I created and I call a brain shift. You're in the chaos, your mind's just totally lost, and what you do is just like, okay, let's look at what's happening. Okay, check the boxes. That's the situation. That's where we are. Okay, it's a mess. I feel like chaos, but okay, let's look at it. And then we create connections in our brain, and then we can see some light, and then we can invent, create, innovate, and we can influence our environment and create a new momentum, and then get out of it and find harmony and performance. That's what I do in my daily life, and we just can do it for real. We can do it, and the society and the democracies throughout the planet maybe are at this point where, okay, it feels like chaos, but we can do a lot, really.
Yeah. So as a father, what thoughts go through your mind when you think of the future of your children?
I feel like we've been creating a society where it's all about consumption, clients, customers, buying things, and being more disconnected than ever from nature and from the elements. And when I say I've got 4 kids, and they are all highly sensitive, and when I look at them, more than ever, they want to feel things, being connected. They don't want to be part of the system of the pure production, you know, things that doesn't make sense. They want to be part of something that makes sense. And it's very impressive because they make decision, they take risk for their future, just because of their feeling about the job, that the opportunity that they have, the company what they are stepping in. They don't want to be part of the system of this totally blind race towards a war, you know, which is about destruction.
Yeah, yeah. A sensitive youth is really craving meaning in everything they do.
Yeah,
meaningful life. Yeah.
you know, we've been. It's like if our ancestors were knocking the door of our cells, of our DNA, with these young people, and we've been destructing things around us for the last, I would say, century. You know, no more than that, and industrially for the last 60 years, no more than that. And something is coming back to us, saying, okay, let's look at what we're doing. When you know, I spend a lot of time on the water, like here on my boat, a lot of time on the water, in the wind, connecting to the elements, the purity. You know what? You're in the middle of the sea, it's windy, you got waves, you're in the water because you got your board with you, but you're in the water. And you see, the other day that was amazing, was in the water with the big waves, and a seagull just came around me and just like looking for fishes, and it was just like flying over my head like 5 meters in the middle of this, like a small storm, I would say. And that was a pure connection to life, to the wind, to this balance with the wind, you know. And it was flying over me very easily in these windy conditions, and waves hitting. And I was like, okay. And then you come back inside the town, and it's all over the place: concrete, cars, pollution, people hating each other. You're like, what we've been doing is like totally crazy, you know. It's not about going back to nature and living like our ancestors, you know.
Yeah, I know
But
what you mean. Yeah.
at some point, it doesn't make sense, you know. We got many cars. Every family has several cars. Okay, good. Well, you see all the boats around here. It's like it's only plastic. It's well, okay, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful to see that many sensitive people are rethinking the system nowadays. So,
And it's the case. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And can you tell me what will be your contribution this year as a sensitive person?
My contribution this year maybe is within this project, this mind-blowing project of going faster than ever on the water. It's about seeing people with big hearts coming together throughout the planet with our know-how, without knowing each other. I mean, you've been participating to the meeting on last Thursday, and all these people, they just like come along, they connect to each other, they don't know each other at all, and they are looking at creating something that has never been done before collectively, which is having a human being with an engine connected to the elements, where everything is like breathing with the elements, breathing with the air, the waves, and going fast and interacting, being interconnected. So it's a lot of technology, but it's small thing, it's small engine. It's not a big engine, small engine. It's not a big boat. It's just a small engine. And just using the energy of the planet, the wind and the water. And my contribution will be to create this powerful collective just with human beings, just crossing their know-hows and going in the total unknown. It's just a vision, you know. You're like, okay, let's get out of these big engines using fuel and making noise to go fast. Let's do something different.
Yes, exactly. Making a difference by connecting people. That is wonderful. So thank you again, Marc, and keep us updated.
Thank you, Suzanne. Thanks a lot for this time together. It's really enjoyable.
Yes, I also enjoy. Yes. So thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye. Talk to you soon.
Bye.